And so, November 2nd, 2023, to continue what I was saying with regards to my black people, we must come together immediately. I mean, everybody. I mean, the gangbangers. I'm sorry if y'all got beef with each other, but please, for God's sake, put it to the side. We need people to protect our rallies. You know, like if y'all want to come, great. Long as it's not to tear shit up. I'm talking straight up to like Bloods or Crips here, or which I don't know anything about y'all. Yeah, how confused I sound. But real talk. Any black person who you know, or through oral history or through whatever, because they accept oral history from the Africans or from the migrants, Latino migrants and stuff coming. You know, that's our culture. It's part of our culture, oral history. Yeah. Okay. Well, it was a part of ours too at one time. Uh huh. Yeah, because we're black, remember? So we were African. We possess African DNA. But once our ancestors were sold in chains, I don't consider myself no fucking African. Sorry. And I'm not saying that Africa wasn't a great place and Egypt, one of the greatest civilizations ever. I know there was a problem because you know why? Egyptians don't even know their own whole history, and they were there the whole time. I mean, Egyptians didn't get up and leave and go to, let's say, Germany or Yugoslavia or the Ukraine or wherever, or Japan. Or Egyptians have been there all the time. Egyptians rarely come and emigrate here. They're fine over there. You know, they have their whole tourist industry of the pyramids, the Sphinx, and everything, or the Valley of the Kings, and all of that history of the, Africa is still the birthplace of civilization. But it's also where civilization went wrong, too. Arabs enslaving Africans, being in Africa, like North Africa or Egypt. We're not African. Well, then why is your country in Africa? Did you come and colonize? Where'd you come from? What's happening? But anyway, I mean, honestly, none of the land belongs to any of us. I'm part of Remember, I'm part of American Indian. I feel for the land and stuff as it's being torn up and everything, fought over, blood spilled, all of that. Trail of tears for my American Indian ancestors and all that. I feel it. My American Indian ancestors also were fighting amongst each other and fighting with the Mexicans. Geronimo went on record saying how much he couldn't stand the Mexicans because they come across the border. They always come across borders. And, yeah. And doggone killed some of his relatives. And I guess American Indians killed some of theirs too, and so on and so on. You know, they killed two people, and they killed two people, and so on and so on and so on. And they've all done it. They've all enslaved. But guess who hasn't? Guess who hasn't? The black Americans. We did not enslave any other people. You know? We did not wage war on any other people. Sadly, our people waged war on each other and themselves and their own families, and, because, see, the difference is, none of y'all, not even American Indians, but we know the American Indians were here, and look what they did. They welcomed in the white man and saved them when they were probably going to die. Plymouth Rock and all that winter, and had the Thanksgiving, hey, we'll help you out. And what did the white man do in return? With their culture of corruption, conquest, and their culture of cannibalizing any culture that they come, or any people they come in contact with, because they don't really, I guess, want to work hard by themselves. They want to, make sure they got that free ride. That's been their culture all along. First they were doing it to each other, and then they figured it out. They were smarter because of the education, I guess. I'll give it to them. And Egypt had education, but somehow they lost it. When you ask, when you want to know about translating hieroglyphics, or when you want to see that full timeline of the history and this and that, there's so many things that are missing. I know it had to do with education. Because Egypt also was a slave-based economy. There were slave-based economies everywhere. Blacks have never participated in a slave-based economy, by the way, black Americans. So we can hold our heads up way high for all y'all who want to say you're better than us, and we're terrible. Whether you're Latino, African, European, Asian, Arab, Muslim, Christian, Catholic, atheist, or Jew. Okay? or Scientologists or anybody I missed too. Okay? So, because see, my family crosses off all the boxes. Everything except Catholic, I think. You know? There's a Jew in my family, my godfather, gay. There's gay folks in my family, lesbian folks in my family, regular straight folks in my family. There's, black folks in my family, Spanish. You know, I'm part American Indian. Definitely got white in us because of all the rapes of our ancestors. Like when they, even after slavery, the white folks, I looked it up. Y'all better look up your history. Everybody better look it up. Because none of y'all gonna tell me nothing. The white folks, even after slavery, and during the time of the slave breeding programs, and even after that, and when, like, for example, black women tried to exercise their rights to vote, they would, a mob, grab black women when they felt like it, rape them, murder them. If they fought back, there was one who fought back because she was being raped over and over. She was prosecuted. She fought back and the white man died. She was prosecuted. Or I think it was one where, it might have been, because there was so many horror stories, I may get this one mixed up with another, where that might have been that lady who fought back and killed his dogs or something. That was a different story. A different one. And it's not a story, it's history, okay? A black man, I don't remember the name, I would have to look him up on, because the newscaster, the female newscaster, black female newscaster on African Diaspora, which is a YouTube channel, and talks about a lot of black issues and connections between, why, we should never really keep trying to, work with the other races, like the white race. I'm sorry to say it, because I grew up as an American and I believe the American dream that, we work hard and we work together and we can make anything happen. I believe in things like Omaha Beach, just like people like the damn Klan members who fought there, the KKK or supremacists, white supremacists who fought there, or my black gangbanging homeboys who fought there, like Bloods and Crips and stuff. Went and fought there. Don't think they didn't. When they did, they were soldiers. Yeah, bad things they did here in America, whites to blacks, and blacks did some bad things too back to whites out of wanting payback and just tired and frustrated of always being told to slave, obey your slave master, turn the other cheek while we've been brutalized for 500 years, 400 years. And then the same people brutalize us, like the Africans now, that their economies collapse, they make money off of, the slave sites, like they call them castles and stuff, castles, where they had our people crammed in places 200 deep. A little room so tiny, it was a room like smaller, like about, oh my God. Like the size of my living room, man. 200 people cramped in there, just on the floor, oh my God, waiting to be sold by their own people to the white man who show up in the ships and would hurry up and take them. Sometimes take, ones who were not supposed to go, who they didn't want to sell, and then they would make a complaint about that, but not about the ones they were selling. They didn't care. And sometimes they'll get back the one who would get on the ship to sell something and was not being sold, and the ship would pull off. One time an African prince somehow was on one and the ship pulled off, and eventually he was given back, but they didn't ask or care about none of the rest of us. We weren't important. It was only important if we could be slaves, and a part of the economy, basically. Like a fruit or a cow, or whatever, a pig, it treated us like that, man. There were times when black people during the slave breeding programs, they had them on the fucking stock market as collateral, getting bank loans and shit. But our people can't get bank loans even now, even with good credit. You work hard, get good credit, got money in the bank, good money in the bank, go to get a bank loan, open a business. Oh no, not the blacks. They'll give everybody else the loans, help everybody else. They're white people, even with less good credit, less money, they'll give them a better loan and everything. We'll trust you. I think we'll be just fine. But they never want to trust us. They'll only trust us if we slaves. Then they'll trust us to cook their food, watch their kids, take care of their kids, even feed, nurse their kids. Everything. Have sex with us, which shows how awful They are as people. Really? So y'all thought for a long time, and there's a lot of white people still very racist and think we're beneath them and disgusting and animals. But y'all bred with us willingly. We didn't go to y'all to have sex with you. You think slaves came to the slave master and said, hey, I want you? Huh? But y'all bred with us. But y'all treat us like we were animals, less than human. So you who think you're better would breed with something you call as an animal, treat as an animal, and say that's less than human, you know, huh? So I guess that would make you less than human or an animal, the white folks who did shit like that, you know? And so all of y'all white folks holding your head up so high, like, oh, I'm so glad I ain't black. I'm so glad my white people, I'm white, I'm thankful. Yeah. So you're basically glad that your people steal all over the globe, that your people cannibalize cultures and take from all over the globe, commit wars all over the globe, and go and enslave all over the globe, participate in it wholeheartedly, just for profit, even though they have figured out through education that and through, because I guess searching their soul, whatever they had left, that it was wrong. And decided, no, it is wrong. We can't do this to each other. But it's okay for us to do it to them black folks. Hey, fuck them. Hey. And like what we'll do, we'll go and we'll take religion and we'll warm them up with religion, like we're coming to help them. And then the religion that we ain't gonna follow, we ain't following no slave or baby slave master. No white person do that. We ain't following no turn the other cheek. They commit war all the time, drag us into war all the time. War's a business, industry. They make money off it. They don't give a damn how many die long as it ain't their kids. Look and see how many of the elite's kids, the ones who voted to go to war, how many of them sent their kids? I think 2. 2! Huh? Look and see how many of them go. They'll send all of us. And after our kids, die in wars and shit, foreign wars, protecting borders and countries and people in foreign wars, but not us. They don't, our troops aren't there to protect us. They'll bend every rule in the book, but no, we can't have no military on the border because that's, it's not domestic, it's not supposed to be domestic, even though they do domestic terrorism and everything. And cartels coming across military, with military weapons, with corrupt cops and corrupt military of Mexico that make more money, because over there it's Ploma or Plato, something like that, the bullets or the money, silver or the bullets or lead, which one you want, silver or lead, and